Rizpah, the woman who refused to look away. Some pain is loud. It screams. It demands attention. But some pain is silent. It sits. It waits. It endures. Rizpah did not cry out to a crowd. She did not confront a king. She did not argue her case. She simply stayed. And her staying changed everything. This is the story of Rizpah. Rizpah was a concubine of King Saul. That meant she lived in the shadow of royalty, close enough to power to be affected by it, but far enough to be protected by none of it. When Saul died, his household fell into disgrace. And like many women tied to fallen kings, Rizpah was left vulnerable, her life shaped by decisions she never made. Then disaster struck the nation. Israel suffered a famine for 3 consecutive years. King David sought the Lord, asking why the land was suffering. God's answer was heavy. Saul had broken a covenant by killing Gibeonites, and blood guilt still rested on his house. Justice was demanded. To atone for Saul's sin, the Gibeonites requested 7 male descendants of Saul to be executed. The king agreed. Among the chosen were 2 sons of Rizpah. Rizpah watched as her sons were taken. She could not stop it. She could not bargain. She could not intervene. They were executed and their bodies were left exposed on a hill, unburied, unprotected, dishonored. In that culture, burial mattered. To be denied it was shame upon shame. But Rizpah was not finished. Rizpah took sackcloth and spread it on the rock beneath the bodies. And she stayed. From the beginning of the harvest until the rains finally fell. Day after day, she chased away birds. Night after night, she drove off wild animals. She slept there. She mourned there. She stood guard. No one recorded her words. But Scripture recorded her faithfulness. Rizpah's vigil was not rebellion. It was reverence. She could not reverse death, but she could protect dignity. She could not change the past, but she could honor her children. Her grief became a form of prayer. Her presence became a protest. Eventually, word reached King David. A woman was sitting beneath the bodies of the executed, day and night, refusing to leave. David was moved. Not by politics. Not by pressure. By a mother's devotion. David gathered the bones of Saul, Jonathan, and the executed men. He gave them a proper burial. He restored dignity where shame had lingered. And Scripture says, after that, God answered prayer on behalf of the land. The famine ended. Restoration followed faithfulness. Rizpah never preached. Never led an army. Never ruled a household. But he taught us, love can be persistent, grief can be holy, silence can be powerful, faith can look like staying when everything says leave. Her vigil moved a king. Her endurance preceded healing for a nation. Rizpah reminds us that, you do not have to be loud to be faithful. You do not have to be seen by people to be seen by God. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is refuse to look away. Subscribe to this channel to learn more about the people in the Bible.